So if the problem is in households, hotels, and universities, why is Sony suing Cox Communications?
If you lose, what is the effect on your copyright holders? Like, you know, because you monitor and then send the ISPs the accounts that are downloading the copyrighted material, right? So you could still try to protect your copyright, but it wouldn't be as deep a pocket and it would be a lot worse, right? If you had to go after the individual users themselves, but you wouldn't be without recourse.
We would be without scalable, functional recourse. And if you look at the Seventh Circuit's Aimster decision, like even back then, Judge Posner had a nice phrase for what direct infringement is, which is it's a teaspoon solution to an ocean problem. So if my clients are limited to direct infringement actions, they are in very, very dire straits.
In other words, it would be too hard to actually sue those violating copyright laws. So Sony decided to go after the deeper pockets. Just like Willie Sutton, Sony is suing Cox because that's where the money is. And just what does that say about Sony and their lawsuit? But there's more.
The copyright holder notifies the ISP that this particular account has, over the course of 6 months, has violated the copyright 50 times. And the ISP does nothing in response to that notification. And then after the 50th notice, it begins to send out just a very tepid warning. What you're doing is really not very nice. But 50 more occur over the course of the next 6 months.
Did you notice that? Sony expects ISPs to terminate service based solely on their notifications that someone using that ISP has allegedly violated copyright. What happened to innocent until proven guilty? There appears to be no evidence provided that someone is using the ISP has actually violated copyright law. I get dozens of fake copyright infringement notices. These happen to be from scammers, but should my ISP turn off my service just for that? Shouldn't Sony at least present their case before punishing not only the suspect, but anyone else using their service? After all, if Sony sends me a cease and desist letter regarding some copyright infringement, I'm not punished until they prove their case in court.